We all know by now that the Republican Party is gone. It is 100% MAGA or 95% MAGA. There are no moderate Republicans anymore within the formal structure. There are mainstream Republicans and mainstream conservatives, but they don't have a home in Donald Trump's Republican Party. And by the way, you don't have to just take my word for it. Why don't you take Donald Trump's word for it when he gives his traveling fascist circus events that he calls rallies? He goes and says that. And now President Biden is really reaching out to all the mainstream conservatives, the independents, the mainstream Republicans, and specifically to the Nikki Haley voters. And he's letting them know, hey, you've got a place here. We may disagree on issues, but you got a place here. And President Biden just created a new ad to that effect. He's been making multiple posts about that. But first, let me show you what Donald Trump said in his own words here. Donald Trump says that MAGA has taken over and that the Republican Party is now 95% MAGA. Play this clip.
When people are not happy with MAGA, because MAGA's taking over. MAGA's, when you hear the fake news when they say, well, MAGA represents 44% of the Republican. No, MAGA represents 95% of the Republican Party. Whenever you hear this stuff, and then
at another speech that Donald Trump recently gave in Virginia, he says that the Republican Party is 100% MAGA now. Play the clip.
And they say, always trying to demean, well, MAGA really represents 48% of the Republican Party. No, it represents 96% and maybe 100%. We're getting rid of the Romneys of the world. We want to get Romneys and those out.
And then he has his adult child, Don Jr., who does these podcasts and right-wing media from his home. And here Don Jr. says, the Republican Party no longer exists. It's the Trump Party now. Play this clip.
I think the RNC is going to be a little bit more of that old school establishment. That Republican Party, frankly, no longer exists outside of the D.C. Beltway. But it takes a little while to make that transition. But again, I think the moves that happened today. I think that's the final blow. People have to understand that America first, the MAGA movement, is the new Republican Party. That is conservatism today.
So now President Biden has released a new ad, and here's what President Biden wrote in a post in connection with the release of this ad. Biden writes, Nikki Haley voters, Donald Trump doesn't want your vote. I want to be clear. There is a place for you in my campaign. Let's play the new video that President Biden just released. Play this clip.
Bird brain. I call it bird brain. Nikki Haley has made an unholy alliance with rhinos, never Trumpers, Americans for no prosperity. She was sitting there like...
She's gone crazy. She's a very angry person.
She is not presidential timber. I don't need votes. We have all the votes we need.
She's gone haywire.
There aren't that many never Trumpers anymore.
How do you bring these Nikki Haley voters back into the tent?
I'm not sure we need too many.
And in connection with that video, the Biden campaign also provided a fact sheet, and they show all of the things that Donald Trump has said about Nikki Haley. For example, Trump has said, bird brain, I call her bird brain. Donald Trump had texted, if you voted for Nikki Haley has made an unholy alliance with rhinos, never Trumpers, Americans for prosperity. Here's another text. Donald Trump doesn't want your vote. She's sitting there and then he mocks Haley. Trump Truth Social post, we don't want Haley supporters. We will not accept them. Trump, she's gone crazy. She's a very angry person. She's not presidential timber. Trump, I don't need votes. We have all the votes we need. Trump Truth Social post, Haley supporters will be permanently barred from the MAGA camp. Trump said, she's gone haywire. Trump says, there aren't that many never Trumpers anymore. And the reporter then asked Trump, how do you bring Nikki Haley voters back into the tent? And Trump says, I'm not sure we need too many. And you remember also one of these speeches that Donald Trump gave after New Hampshire, where he started mocking Nikki Haley and her outfit. He started just like cursing. He went on like a cursing tirade and started talking about Nikki Haley's dress. And remember that moment here? Let me show you this. This is Donald Trump attacking Nikki Haley in New Hampshire. Play this clip.
I felt I should do this because I find in life you can't let people get away with bullshit, okay? You can't. You just can't do that. And when I watched her in the fancy dress that probably wasn't so fancy come up, I said, what's she doing? We won. And she did the same thing last week. But he was much more angry about it than I was. I said, get up there and you let him know.
Chef Brett here. It's almost spring, so New Year's resolutions might have come and gone, but it's never too late to invest in yourself and your kitchen. Today's sponsor, Hexclad, has revolutionized the cookware industry with an all-in-one hybrid pan that gives you the convenience and cleanup of nonstick, the versatility of your grandma's cast iron, and the durability to last a lifetime. Whether you want to make that perfect steak dinner on date night or ditch that greasy pan from your college apartment, Hexclad has got you covered. Even the great Gordon Ramsay, known to many as a bit of a critic, only trusts Hexclad pots and pans in both his home and in all of his Michelin star restaurants. For a limited time, Hexclad is giving our listeners 10% off your order with our exclusive link. Just go to hexclad.com/Meidas. Support our show and check them out at hexclad.com/Meidas. I was so thrilled when Hexclad came on board as a sponsor because my chef friends have sworn by this product for years, and now I totally understand why. Whether I'm making breakfast for myself or dinner for friends and family, the Hexclad has just been an absolute game changer. It's versatile, it's easy to clean, it's simply the best. Hexclad's 6-piece set is the perfect starter bundle to enjoy the incredible versatility of their products. The set features 3 of their most popular pans with an accompanying lid that can handle all of your pan cooking needs. Whether it's eggs, burgers, steaks, or sauces, your kitchen will never be the same. Usually when selecting plans, you must choose between the performance of stainless steel, the durability of cast iron, and the convenience of non-stick. But with Hexclad, you can have it all. Hexclad's hybrid technology gives you the benefits of all 3 in only one pan. Hexclad's patented laser-etched hexagonal steel ridges boost your searing power. Hexclad truly checks every single box when it comes to picking your cookware. They are metal utensil safe, dishwasher safe, and oven safe up to 500 degrees. They are induction ready and even have a stay cool handle so you can saute with ease. Hexclad also has a lifetime warranty. These are literally the last sets of pots and pans you will ever have to buy. For all my cooks out there, Hexclad has to be at the top of your holiday wish list this year. Trust me when I say your partner, your family, and all your dinner guests will thank you. So, chef, now is the time to upgrade that kitchen. For a limited time, our listeners, and only our listeners, get 10% off your order with our exclusive link. Just head to hexclad.com/Meidas, support our show, and check them out at hexclad.com/MEIDAS. Bon appetit. Let's eat with Hexclad's revolutionary cookware.
And of course, you remember that President Biden recently posted the following too. He said, look, you don't have to agree with me on everything to know MAGA extremism is a threat to this country. We need everyone on board. Join our campaign, and then gives a link to where you can help his campaign out. But this is the post that it shows from Donald Trump. And Trump is saying, Nikki Bird Brain Haley is very bad for the Republican Party and indeed our country. Her false statements, derogatory comments, and humiliating public loss is demeaning to true American patriots. Her anger should be aimed at her third-rate political consultants and, more importantly, crooked Joe Biden and those that are destroying our country, not the people who will save it. I knew Nikki well. She was average at best. Pause. She was the ambassador to the United Nations. But Trump's saying she was average at best, is not the one to take on world leaders. Pause. Again, She was the ambassador to the United Nations. And she never did. That was up to me. And that is why they respected the United States. When I ran for office and won, I noticed that losing candidates, donors would immediately come to me and want to help out. This is standard in politics, but no longer with me. Anybody that makes a contribution to Bird Brain from this moment forth will be permanently barred from the MAGA camp. We don't want them and will not accept them because we put America first and always will. So that's Trump's statements right there. And this is from the Biden-Harris communication director, Michael Tyler, who says, Donald Trump has made it crystal clear he doesn't want support from voters who cast their ballot for Nikki Haley. So let us be equally clear. There is a home for everyone on this campaign who knows Donald Trump cannot be back in the White House. And then this release goes on to talk about how the Biden-Harris campaign made a new ad, a direct appeal to Nikki Haley voters to join the Biden-Harris coalition as Donald Trump refuses their support and pushes them away from this campaign. This ad is part of Team Biden-Harris's 30 million spring ad campaign targeting voters in battleground states. Goes on to talk about how using the recent Republican primary results to determine the ad's placement, this 7-figure video-centric ad flight will run for 3 weeks in 8 key battleground states, targeting Nikki Haley voters in predominantly suburban zip codes where she performed well against Trump. The ad will run across a wide array of digital platforms, including Meta, YouTube, connected TV, and online video. Then it just goes on to say that Donald Trump's campaign is cash-strapped and bleeding the voters needed to win this election, particularly in the suburbs. Trump has consistently underperformed with moderates and suburban voters in the primaries, losing moderate voters outright to Haley in North Carolina and underperforming in key suburban counties, including Mecklenburg, Wake, Durham, and Orange County. And then it goes on to talk about Michigan and other states as well. You know, it should be noted, too, that we had a recent interview here on the MeidasTouch network with a former mega Trump supporter as well. And to ask, you know, Chris Nelson is his name. When he left Trump, I mean, this is someone who led Stop the Steal rallies in Florida, who has woken up to Donald Trump's con. Still considers himself very conservative. I just want to show you the video, though, from my interview with Chris Nelson. Let's play this clip. What's your final message, though, to the kind of Trump supporters out there, to those who are still in MAGA? What do you say to them?
Well, there's really not much I can say because there is a cult-like thing going on here. But all I can say is what I've already said. It's like, guys, it's okay to be on the other side of it. Look, I'm having a conversation with Ben Meiselas here. I mean, it's okay to be on the other side and admit that you were conned. Listen, if grifting was an art, Trump would be Picasso. If grifting was music, Trump would be Mozart. Donald Trump is a grifting prodigy. He has superhuman abilities to pull the blinds over people's eyes. So if you were taken by him, if you were had by him, don't feel bad about it. I'm a smart guy. A lot of people were. And it's okay to admit that you were wrong, move on, and there's freedom and joy on the other side. Guys, it's okay to leave MAGA. You're going to be okay. It doesn't make you a traitor to America.
So tell me what you think, folks. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers. Thanks to your support, wanted to highlight that news for you. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers, and have a great day.
It's Ken Harbaugh with the MeidasTouch Network. The film Against All Enemies, which I co-produced with Ben Meiselas and this network, has won awards around the world for its up-close portrayal of America's insurrectionist movement. It premieres in the U.S. on March 29th on Amazon and Apple TV. Go to againstallenemiesfilm.com or click the link below. But don't just watch Against All Enemies. Tell your friends about it. It's one more way to hold accountable those who threaten our democracy. Thanks, Meidas Mighty. Let's use our power well.